Yo, what's going on? This your boy Easy, Emotional Unknown Easy Old Show. Back at y'all again. Salutes to my followers. Just hit 10,000 views. I appreciate it. It took a while for me, but I just appreciate the looks, man. And I'm gonna keep rocking. Just keep doing my thing. That's the only thing I can do. I am excited for these next couple of weekends. As you know, there are a couple of battles coming up. You got KOTD this weekend. Her Queen of the Ring has another event coming up. Salutes to them. Shoot Your Shot event. You know, Schmack got his Born Legacy Supreme card coming up. God damn, I need a fucking haircut. It's hot than a motherfucker in this house. Schmack got his Born Legacy Supreme card coming up, and you know, in August you get to see Art's final battle, Alpha and Omega card. I heard T-Rex was just added from Caps, and that's really who I want to talk to right now. I seen Caps do a blog on battle rappers being too creative with their bars and stuff like that, and I don't think it was this at all to any battle rappers and stuff like that, but I hear what he was saying, but at the same time, I don't know why, and I ain't old ass Caps, but you know, I'm getting up there in age. From what he was saying, that, you know, in a Mike P versus Twerk battle, not too many people was getting their bars and stuff like that. And I'm glad he decided to put it for both Mike P and Twerk. You know what I'm saying? Not just Mike P himself and then not come down on Twerk and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and he had him 2-1 too. He had Mike P winning 2-1. That seems to be the consensus, although I heard on AngryFan's radio, which they probably fucking recording right now. No, they recorded yesterday. Never mind. That Twerk 3-0 Mike P. Now I don't know what's going on in battle rap. I really don't. You know, if a person say Twerk won 3-0, I guess that's just a statement. Because I mean, if you have enough time off of first watch, second watch, third watch to break all the bars down and literally say Twerk came out of it the winner, then I don't really know what to say. At the end of the day, if you break the bars down in a battle and you want to do that and say who won, that's fine. That's perfectly fine to me. But what happened to all the rest of the stuff? Now, if y'all want to make it about bars, what happened when Twerk does have a person he's going against that actually does have bars and does have schemes and does have delivery and does have wit and can create all different types of punchlines out of nothing like he does in most cases? Or, you know, what if he has that opponent? Will you then go who has the likability? Would you go with, you know, who has the most energy? Who has the most stage performance? I mean, what are we basing Twerk's wins off of? Because if you're clearly talking about bars, the fact that like Cap said, people had to go look up Dactyl, which I kind of got the reference, not in the sense of after I watched a little bit of Facebook and stuff like that, I seen people put it up and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it means. I got something totally different from it. So that's what happens. People get something totally different from different rhymes and stuff like that. He said that Caps, I know, spoke about people having too many lyrics. Sorry, I'm watching the 3-on-3 contest, so I'm like a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm gonna try to keep it here. Nonetheless, he said that they was, you know, bars go over people's heads and stuff like that, and then he mentioned Dragon Ball Z. Now, Caps, you have to be from a little bit way before my time because I fuck with Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. When Mike P did the Vegeta line, I'm like, damn, that's a nice an impression of this man. That was a really nice impression. You know, the whole 5, you know, and the whole thing, like, he was saying that motherfuckers probably didn't get that because they didn't watch, you know, Dragon Ball Z. He also mentioned Get Out and the reference to Get Out. If you don't know, I'm not saying that you had to see the movie, but if you didn't get the reference, I'm really surprised. I'm really shocked that people didn't know what it was. Because, you know, there's been so much talk about that movie. That movie made a lot of money, you know, circulating around Facebook for so long. It wasn't like it wasn't popping, and then you seen the previews of the movie. They actually had the girl twirling the spoon in the cup on the previews of the movie and stuff like that. Like, there was so much controversy around the movie. I don't know how people did not see it from Smack Battle Rap. I'm pretty sure there's not battle rap every day of every week dropping to where you don't know what's going on in the real world. But I digress. He was saying that people need to come up with simpler bars so people can understand them. I don't even think he meant simpler. I think he just meant, make it to where a person could understand what you saying and fuck with it. Not so much, well, y'all catch it later. You gotta go watch this or you'll get it type of stuff. Or wake up, y'all ain't woke, that's y'all problem type of stuff. Like, no. I gotta say, he is right on some levels. But if you start having battles where people are starting to make the bars more simple, then you don't really have a battle. You ever watched a freestyler, like, okay, Frankie with the Grippers, old battle rapper. If y'all know him, I'm not surprised. From my age on up. If you don't know him, I'm not surprised because he was a Philly battle rapper. And it'd be surprised if most people know him. But he was going against a guy named Jay Murder. Not the Murder from Team Homie. Like, literally a guy from another part of Pennsylvania. I believe it was Norrisburg or something like that. But he was going against the guy, Jay Murder. And Jay Murder was a freestyler. Now, he literally spit off the top of his dome. Whatever came out, came out. And that was the end of it. Like, he say some of the same stuff again, because he's just spitting off the top of the dome. Whatever comes out, whatever comes out. But that was boring. I gave him credit for what he was doing because he was actually spitting just whatever, but it was boring. And that's what happens when you try to free and it's boring. Like, I know Poison Pen, when he got into the Lil Goonies battle with Team Homie and stuff like that, it wasn't even that it was a freestyle. It was something that they said he written already, but it was boring because it was clean. It was clear. You knew what it was. You understood what he was saying. It's just you don't care. Like, when a person come up with a difficult bar and able to throw it the way they did, the way that they do, like a twerk and all him, you get a sense like, damn, that was hard to think of. You thought of something way crazier than anybody would think of. And you was able to put it in a round. That's what motherfuckers fuck with him for. Same thing with Head Ice. I'll be honest, if you didn't make the bars difficult, and I don't think the bars is actually difficult. It's just like he also said, like Caps also said, people just don't understand it. I ain't gonna lie, shit, I ain't no motherfucking street nigga. I have no idea most of the time what Ice was saying back then. He's made the rhymes more clear now, but even then, music, rhymes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he had in the battle, like, I liked it, but I ain't always know what the fuck he was talking about. I still don't know really what the fuck he talking about and shit like that. Like, with Twerk saying the whole rice thing, the rice with the cocaine or whatever. I didn't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't use coke. I don't do that type of stuff. So, I hear what he was saying as far as the bars got to be a little more simple, but be honest, Caps, that's what makes people them. That's what makes the battlers battlers. That's what makes them. That's what gives them their different styles. Although I don't think Twerk style is his own, but that's just me. So sue me. However, I think you got to take a little bit from back then and a little bit from now. You got to keep your strength up, because if DNA was doing rebuttals and stuff like that, and it wasn't a little bit of complication in there, motherfuckers won't fuck with that shit because it's too simple. It's too simple. Not only do you have to freestyle and stuff like that, but you got to come up with something way crazy. Like Math in that third round versus Ill Will and Rum. When he mentioned Smack Pants and he tried to make a bar out of it, he said that's light because he knew, although it was a rebuttal, and he actually had to come up with it in a little, quick timing, it wasn't that great. It didn't hit. So that's why he was like, man, that's what you get. People hear that stuff and they're like, nah, bro, that ain't really work for you. Like, people saying that what Mike P did with, doing the whole twerk thing and jumping around and madness and all that stuff didn't really hit either. And I think it's just because people didn't want it to hit. Be honest, that's just my look off of it. Like, nobody wants to take it away from Twerk. If he's doing the same thing that Twerk does, literally in the next round, Twerk getting this stuffy madness, you know what I'm saying? He looking, he hopping around and shit like that. You can't blame this motherfucker for doing the same thing. So, I just think people judge it in different ways and stuff like that. And no, I'm not going to go to the dictionary and look shit up. I go off of pretty much my couple of looks, you know what I'm saying? And in a way, it might change. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Like, if I go back to verb versus math, that is the most hardest battle I've ever had. If I ever had to say who won, I would just give it to both of them because it goes back and forth in that battle. I watch it, math sound good as shit. Then I watch it again, verb sound good as shit. Then I watch it again, math sound good as shit. You know, then you start to break down the bars of the battle. They both sound good in the battle. Then it really comes down to time. Who had the longer time, to spit, and who spit the best. Really, so in battles, you can't really judge off performance if you know they got a poor performance. I think if you're going to set up a card and tally off, then you got to tally off on everything. If they don't have performance, that's their own fucking fault. You got to get some performance. They forget their bars, that's their own fucking fault. Can't be forgetting your bars. If they are getting too witty with it, and you got to go literally search for everything they fucking talking about, yeah, you might as well take all points for that too, because, you know, if niggas can't understand you, how can you really say you won? But of course, most dudes in the Cortez versus Head Ice battle did not understand what Ice was talking about. But he won. Cortez actually spit. I actually like Cortez in that battle. But you got the OG saying he won. So, it all goes back and forth, man. This is the new age of battle rap. This is how it's done. I don't think it's going to get any less complicated than it already is. And that's just the way shit gonna be. But I just want to address Caps like, man, we gotta chill. We can't do nothing else. We gotta sit here and watch these battles and just appreciate what we got. Because if we go back to what let's say Mook versus Artie. Mook versus Party Artie. And a lot of people probably don't know who that is. But, you know, I know the older folks, so you know. Mook bars in that battle was a little bit far off. Party Artie's bars in that battle was simple, but they was hidden. They were hidden. It was mean. I really think Party already took that shit. Also with Murder Mook, when he used to spit, not everybody knew that he was talking about, you know, people in the hood and what's happening in Harlem. Because not everybody lives in Harlem. Not everybody that watched that battle knew what was happening in Harlem unless they've been there already. You know what I'm saying? Unless they've been around them, they knew what they was talking about. Just like with the Rex disc. Most motherfuckers ain't know, not a lot of that shit was going on back then, but we was watching battles back then. We don't really know them people, so it's hard to say. I'm just saying that to say this, battle rap is going to be battle rap. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, some of the stuff that Twerk and them say, they got to say it, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they'd be irrelevant right now. To put bars in the way they put bars takes time and stamina and understanding and all that stuff, and, you know, you kind of got to appreciate it for what it is. So, I don't think it's going to change. I don't think it's going to get more simpler, and it probably shouldn't, because that's the right way to go with it. If it gets any more simpler than it already is, I think it's going to ruin battle rap. So that's just my take on it. You know, like I said, there's some events coming up, and of course I'm going to be, if I can't go to them, which I can't, I'm going to view them, and I'm going to let y'all know what I think about them. I mean, like I said, they got a KOTD card coming, and I'm planning on watching that. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. Get on out of here. I got some more stuff to talk about, but this is the end of this video. I appreciate y'all checking me out. As always, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. This is Easy, most known unknown, Easy Your Soul. Salute.